You've had the idea, maybe more than one. You've imagined what life would look like if it actually worked, but you still haven't started. Or maybe you started and stopped again. Why is that? I've been there too. I've had so many ideas over the years, but each time I told myself I needed more knowledge or a better strategy or a guarantee that it would work. And looking back, I can see that most of those ideas could have worked. Not exactly how I imagined, but they would have worked if I had stuck with them. But I didn't. I'd start, then stop, then start something else, and stop again. What I didn't understand at the time is that this pattern wasn't a strategy problem. It was a mindset problem. I was focused on what could go wrong, not on what might go right. And as a software engineer, I was trained to look for failure points and plan around them. And that mindset's powerful when you're building systems, but it can be deadly when you're starting something new. Why? Well, because you can't have all the answers at the beginning. And trying to have them all before moving forward, that's the trap. But now I'm building the biggest and boldest project that I've ever attempted. It's an AI web app builder. There's still plenty of unknowns, but the difference is that I've learned that I don't need to have every answer in order to take the next step. I just need to take it. If that sounds like you, then this video is for you because there's one mental block that's keeping founders stuck. And today, we're going to break it. If you ever scrolled through LinkedIn or YouTube and think, man, they got this all figured out. The sleek landing page, the demo video, the user testimonials, and here you are stuck at a blank Notion page, wondering where to even begin. It's easy to forget that you're looking at their result, not their reality. You're seeing their highlight reel, not their messy Google Docs. You're not seeing their abandoned drafts or their 12th attempt at getting the onboarding flow right. The hard truth is that every polished product that you admire started ugly. But when you compare your beginning to someone else's middle or even their peak, you start believing a lie. And the lie that you start believing is simply, I'm not ready yet. And believing that lie convinces you to keep tweaking, keep researching, and keep waiting. But waiting does not bring clarity. Action brings clarity. So here's something to try instead. Find someone who's a step or two ahead of you, not miles ahead, and study their path. Learn from their early iterations. And you'll realize they were just as uncertain as you are now. Because starting isn't about being confident, it's about being committed. It's about being committed to showing up, even when your version isn't shiny yet. You've probably told yourself something like this before. I don't have the tech skills, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the money. And on the surface, those sound like valid reasons, but look closer and you'll see they're actually just excuses dressed up as logic. Because the truth is, nobody starts with everything. Nobody. Every successful founder you know today started with gaps. The difference is they focused on what they did have, not what they lacked. Think about it like this. Maybe you don't know how to code, but you do have a vision for the problem that you want to solve. That's motivation. Maybe you don't have a big budget, but you do have time to learn and experiment. Well, that's leverage. Maybe you don't have years of experience, but do you have the grit to figure things out as you go? Because if you do, then that's success waiting to happen. When you focus on what's missing, your brain filters out what's already there. You literally blind yourself to resources and opportunities. But when you flip it around and when you start asking, what do I have right now that I can use? Well, doors start to appear where you used to only see walls. This is exactly what happened with my current project. For years, I told myself I didn't have all the technical answers, so I couldn't build an AI web app builder. But now I'm moving forward anyway because I realize I don't need to know everything. I just need to know the next best step. And when I started this journey a couple months ago, I was unsure about certain technical limitations, but I was committed to moving forward until I proved to myself it couldn't be done. You know what happened? By taking the next step, and then the next, and then the next, each potential roadblock got smashed. Answers came. Answers to questions I didn't even know I would have. I asked, and the answers came. But they only came because I took the first step, and then the next. And here's the irony. Once you start moving, the resources you thought that you lacked to begin, they actually start showing up. The people, the tools, the right timing, they were always there. It's just you couldn't see them because you were staring at what you didn't have. So here's a challenge. Instead of asking, what am I missing? Start asking yourself, what do I already have that I'm ignoring? Because here's one of the biggest traps I see: waiting to feel ready. We tell ourselves, once I'm confident, once I've learned more, once I know the outcome, then I'll start. But the confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is the result of action. Think about when you first learned to ride a bike. Did you feel ready before you hopped on? No, you wobbled, you probably scraped your knee, maybe you fell over. But the only way you got steady was by pedaling forward. It's the same in business. The people who look ready now, they didn't start that way. They built their readiness through action, through doing the reps, shipping the messy first draft, and learning from the feedback. The hard truth here is that if you're waiting until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. And for me, this shift was huge. I used to believe I needed certainty before moving forward. Now I realize I only need one thing: commitment. If I decide to commit to the next step, even while I'm unsure, I become the kind of person who is ready. And that's why with my AI web app builder, I didn't need to wait for perfect clarity. I moved forward with what I had. And each step I took made me more confident, not the other way around. And I'm continuing to take steps, continuing to gain confidence as I move forward. So if you're stuck waiting for the feeling of readiness to magically show up, stop. It's not going to. But the moment you take action, that's when the feeling of readiness will begin to grow. Because readiness isn't something you wait for, it's something you actually create. So unblock yourself mentally by understanding that you already have more than you think in order to get moving. Stop waiting to feel ready, because readiness is built by doing, not by waiting. And if you stop comparing your start to someone else's finish and start taking the next best step, you'll stop stalling and finally move forward with your idea. Speaking of moving forward, if you're serious about building your own app, I've got something special for you. I'm opening alpha access to my AI app builder I've been talking about. I'm only accepting 10 people right now, and I want those 10 to be action takers who are ready to bring their app idea to life. So here's what to do. Shoot me an email with the subject line alpha application. That's it. Let me know you want access, and you can be one of those 10 to get in early. My email can be found in my channel description. So don't wait on this, because if you've been sitting on an idea, then this is your chance to finally make it real. Now, if you enjoyed this video, chances are you'll like this next video. You can click on it now. I'll see you in the next video.